I'd like to take a second and give my testimony. I'm sure there's somebody out there that it could help. I'm ashamed to say that for the past 20 years I've been agnostic. I didn't believe there was a God, but I wasn't sure. So I didn't talk about it. I didn't want to shake anybody's faith in case I was wrong. And I'm glad I didn't, because I was wrong. It wasn't always that way. As a kid, I grew up in a church. I spent twice on Sundays and on Wednesday, and we helped build a couple churches. I really enjoyed going until I was about 16. About most people start venturing out and doing things they shouldn't be. I got a job, I got a car, had money. So at 16, I was chasing girls. I had friends buying me alcohol, so I was getting drunk every other night. And it was just free will, and I abused it. I pulled a complete 180 on God, and he didn't. He stayed with me, even though I was doing everything I shouldn't have been. Every time he helped me, I looked for a reason to find out what it was, because it couldn't have been God. It had been something else, because God didn't exist, right? And I've seen some amazing things happen in my life, supernatural things, and it left me with a bunch of stories, but I didn't know how it worked. Because it couldn't have been God, because God wasn't real. And then, well, last fall, I searched every rabbit hole there was, looking for a reason for some of the stuff that's happened, and I couldn't find an answer. So I started looking for God, and it was, even as a kid, you believe what your parents tell you, up until 14, around there. It was just something you did. You'd go to church to feel good on Sunday, and that was it. And, so I just stopped going and lived my life. So about last fall, I really started searching for God, and I found him 2 days before Thanksgiving. It was a couple weeks. I was praying pretty hard, just trying to find an answer, but to be honest, every prayer felt like I was talking to myself. It all felt fake. I was pushing it. It wasn't working. And so before I went to bed one night, it had been the Monday before Thanksgiving, I prayed that I wanted to feel God's love. And everybody has some scars, and one of mine was feeling loved or appreciated. So I prayed that I'd feel God's love, because everybody talks about it. I've never felt it. So I made that prayer and went to bed. The next day I woke up, and man, I was in a good mood. I just felt good, felt rested, I was happy. And I couldn't put my finger on it. I forgot that I, made the prayer the night before. And so I was standing at the stove making my kids some macaroni and cheese. And I was just trying to figure out what it was. Something was different. And it was like, man, it's like I feel loved or something. And as soon as I said that, I remembered the prayer, and I had a wave of emotion and memories come back to me over my whole lifetime when God was there, and I ignored him. I didn't know it was him. I just looked for something else. I looked for another reason. And I don't know, I spent 2 hours crying, and I don't know, I wasn't even crying, I was weeping. I begged for forgiveness for being wrong. But even though I was wrong, he was still there. He never left. After everything I've done, he was still there. I don't know, we don't deserve this. But if you feel alone, God is there. You just have to look for him. I really hope this video finds the person that it's supposed to. But we'll see what happens. Trust in God always. Thanks for watching.